Lieutenant Colonel Jerry Jive Kirby, retired from the United States Air Force, flying the Trojan Thunder solo we call Mad Dog, inbound from the right.
Oh, well, it's very cute, and I have some around my yard too. If the wind starts
Listen to that incredible radial engine with the T-28 Trojan.
I had to chase one stuff.
He currently lives in Lakewood, Florida on his own Jive Airport. He is originally from Lancaster, Missouri, where he was bitten by the aviation bug at a very early age when his dad took him to a county fair. At the mere age of 10, he took a ride in a little Cessna, and all he can remember now is that cars down the road. The next summer, when he was 11, John's dad took him to his first air show, and that's where he saw the United States Air Force Thunderbirds fly, and that's when he knew he didn't just want to be a pilot. He wanted to be a fighter pilot and fly those same kind of jets. That's the Air Force Thunderbirds flew. Now he knew that he needed to study hard and work hard on his 16th birthday. Jive planned to get his driver's license and drive himself to the airport just solo for the very first time. Now, not everything was going his way that day, and he could not parallel park. So he actually flunked his driver's license test, and that's when his mom said, hey, get in this car. We are going to the airport, and you are going to achieve your dream of flight today. And sure enough, Jive successfully soloed for the very first time. After graduating from the Spartan College of Aeronautics and Technology Professional Aerotraining Program, John University of Louisiana at Monroe. Immediately upon graduation from ULM, in 1960, entered the Air Force with over 4,400 hours of flight time and is an airline transport.
Down one, reaching 5 by 5, to your left. Yeah, we're ready to taxi on the next act. I'm going to go to 36 now for this.
Opportunity to fly the F-15C Eagle. Jive amassed over 3,400 hours of flight time in the F-15C during his Air Force career, and in 1991, he graduated from the prestigious University.
That one, click on top, top over.
Assignment in the Air Force was as the commander of the 82nd Aerial Target Squadron at Tyndall Air Force Base in Panama City, Florida. This required him to transition backwards in jet technology to the Vietnam-era fighter known as the F-4 Phantom. It was in that F-4 that Jive started his airship career as the U.S. Air Force F-4 Aerobatic pilot in 2005. On his retirement in 2006, Jive received his civilian type rating the F-4, and he's still the only U.S. civilian pilot with a waiver to perform aerobatics in the only civilian F-4 that will be returned to the airshow industry in late 2026. Now, Jive has over 18,000 hours of flight time in the L-39, MS-760, MP-339, MiG-17, F-4 Phantom, A-4 Skyhawk, F-1 Mirage, F-5 Tiger II, and of course, the T-28 you see him flying today. He flies as the lead and a solo for the Team Trojan Thunder. It has both a 4-ship and a 6-ship. You will see part of our 4-ship flying today in the Warbird Missing Man at 610, dedicated to those pilots we have lost in 2025 and 2026. Now the T-28 was designed in the late 1940s to replace the T-6 Texan as the military's primary two-seat trainer. That's Texan. With the first flight happening in 1949. It's a piston-engine military trainer used by both the United States Air Force and Navy. From the 1950s to the 1980s, the T-28 Trojan was the next generation World War II trainer for the U.S. Air Force and the Navy. It served as both an advanced trainer and a combat aircraft. Used in light attack, it was also used for teaching advanced fighter maneuvers. Just like Jive, showing the aircraft missions and aircraft carrier operations. You'll see a couple of the aircraft later. The Warbird missing man with the T-28 with their tail hooks still attached. The aircraft was manufactured by the North American Aviation Corporation from 1949 through 1957. The Trojan's B, C, and D models are all powered by a single 1,425 horsepower Curtiss Wright 9-cylinder radial engine. Take a listen as he flies by, as this is the same basic engine that powered the mighty B-17 in World War II. It continued in theater, led by the Ocean Tide, sounding
Airbus copies, wind 330 at 10, land, clear to land, runway 30.
U.S. pilot Jungle Jet in the early 1960s, and later by the 1st Air Commando Division Special Ops Raven pilots in Laos. Other combat uses included CIA-sponsored operations in the Belgian Congo and in the French colonial war in Algeria. The T-28 was decommissioned from service in 1984 and sold to private civil air operators, bringing the aircraft to
position at this time. We'll get an aircraft landing and another one taken off. Once the second aircraft taken off, we'll go.
Fly Jive Fly on social media, as well as Trojan Thunder on Facebook,
Bernie, go ahead. Go ahead, third end is your discussion.
Jive brings the T-28 in to land. We want to say a big thank you again to EAA AirVenture and all the volunteers.
Greg, are you going to want to backtrack at all, or are you okay once he's past
Aviation celebration happens every single year, and especially today on Wittman Venture, you will see several women pilots come in. Just following this.
Anticipate that in a moment.
Steve, what's up next?
Well, we're going to change things up quite a bit from the smoking noise that got just put into the airshow box. We're going to turn things over to Mr. Greg Kulis, and he's going to fly his DL, unlike only he can. And even more important, now that he's going to fly the airplane, he's going to talk about what he's doing while he's flying the airplane.
Greg, once that T-28 is past you, line up and wait for noise 36.
Greg always amazes me with the talking and flying. It's hard enough just to fly these routines.
Yep.
So Steve, I'm going to let you guys take it away.
All right.
Thanks again for having Jive and I here.
Copy, next intersection.